What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to react to a statement that Brendon Haywood made about LeBron James. Like he basically said that if he were in LeBron James' shoe, he would just retire, right? And he said because there's really nothing that LeBron James can do to add on to his legacy, as far as like if he won a ring, that wouldn't help him out as catching Mike because right now on any team that LeBron James could possibly win a ring on, he would be at least the third option. He would be a third option. He wouldn't be the first or the second option on any of those. That would be the most he could be would be the third option, right? So he said that, he don't understand that why LeBron James ain't retired. And so to me, I can see why he would say that, but I think also I think it's kind of like a little bit naive to say because there's some other things going on. So like that right there would just for me or and a lot of people question like why isn't LeBron James retiring? Right? Remember when Kobe Bryant retired? Um the last game he played, the reporter asked Kobe, they said, "Do you have any regrets?" And Kobe said no, because I know that I left everything out there on the court. And so he didn't have anything else to give. And so that, you know, that was, that's the way you want to go out, knowing that you said you left everything out there on the court. And as an athlete, if you leave everything out there on the court, then that prepares you for life after basketball. And so if you watch Kobe once he left basketball, he seemed like he was just enjoying himself. He was spending more time with his family. You saw him with his daughter at basketball games and stuff like that. Like he did it. He left everything out there, and so he earned that, right? He earned, and he didn't cheat himself as far as while he was playing. He gave everything he had. But look, with LeBron James, I don't think that LeBron James gave everything. Number one, and I think LeBron James has put himself in a position where he need to be able to make as much money as possible and to continue that because he didn't develop that fan base. And I keep going back to that because that is for a basketball player or an entertainer, like your fan base is your lifeline. And that's something you can always tap back into, but you can only tap into that if you earn it, right? If you don't earn it, then yeah, you're going to have to be like LeBron James. You're going to have to continue to play, and like LeBron James is going into year 24. LeBron James, if he had played the way Kobe played with that type of passion, he would be able to cash into that at any time. Another player, and you don't have to be Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant to cash into that fan base. You could be Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson was known to just waste money, throw money. They say Allen Iverson will go to one city, shop, buy clothes, and like leave the clothes in a hotel, or just get rid of the clothes and go to the next hotel and buy more clothes. Like so, Allen Iverson just threw money away, which wasn't wise. But now he still can, because the fans and people love him. He still have a connection with Reebok, and he is still very marketable. Like Allen Iverson still, he still gets make a lot of money because of how he played and how and how fans just really dig Allen Iverson, right? And so that's where you like he's reaping the residual effects of how he played, the game, and you do that by leaving it all on the court. But that's something you got to earn, right? So when Brendon Haywood says, why don't LeBron James just retire? If I was him, I'd just retire. LeBron James is in a position that he really, he probably feel like he can't retire, and for other reasons that we probably not even aware of. But I just don't think that LeBron James is he didn't he don't. he didn't really earn that respect from the fan base like other great athletes did. So let me play though. Brendon Haywood's the exchange between him and Rick Bucher, and I want to come back and give some more reaction.
Me personally, man, LeBron has done so much for this game. I would just love to see him retire. He's done so much for the game.
Not even play this coming year.
Because this is why and once again, I'm not LeBron. I was never as great as LeBron. Don't nobody say nothing wild in the comments, but I'm going to step in.
No, go ahead. Go wild. Go wild.
Okay. But if I was,
of course,
LeBron,
Brennan's not saying that.
You know how you got to preference yourself because people are crazy and they'll clip things off wild. If I was LeBron James, I would retire, and I'm going to tell you why. First and foremost, I've played over 20 years. I've proven everything. If I'm not the best player, I'm arguably the second or third best player of all time, right? Then the second thing
no. Don't say but right. Just that's your statement.
Okay, whatever. Then the second thing is, regardless if you win a championship or not.
Let me just stop it right there because Rick Bucher be on point. He caught Brendon Haywood, like we just not gonna let that fly. You're not gonna say LeBron James is the second best player in history. And Rick Bucher just gave some pushback. That's how you really, you're really supposed to interview people. And I know that he's not interviewing Brendon Haywood, but that is your statement. He just wanted to clarify, like, that's the way you feel about LeBron James, that's cool. But he gave him some, he gave him some pushback on that.
Because it's not gonna be like you're gonna be the man on the team. This championship ain't gonna bump you past Jordan or somebody else. Because Jordan got 6 of them things as the guy.
All right, so you heard.
All right. Now, LeBron James, like I said, had LeBron James played the game the way the game was supposed to be played, I think that I think that LeBron James will be comfortable with stepping away from the game. Because after a while, the game just becomes a grind. And it becomes, like if you feel like you've done everything, then you are comfortable with stepping away from the game. But I don't believe that LeBron James feels comfortable because he hasn't done everything. That's why he constantly wants to be in that GOAT conversation. He's constantly stat padding. He's constantly telling people, all right, well, give me my respect now. You had 24 years to make that, like, any question, like it wouldn't even be a question after 24 years, right? Nobody questions Kobe Bryant after his career, like, oh, Kobe could have did this or Kobe should have did that. People just appreciated what they got from Kobe Bryant. And also, like, use Allen Iverson as an example. Like, Allen Iverson never won a championship, but nobody questioned Allen Iverson about his career. He didn't win a championship. That's cool. But nobody questioned the fact that he didn't play hard. Like, he left everything out there on the court. You can't question his passion and his love for the game. So when Allen Iverson walked away from the game, and a lot of times these athletes, they have so much love for the game, they don't want to walk away from the game. They either forced out because they can't play the same way, or maybe an injury forced them out. But still, by the time you get forced out by injury, by the time you get forced out by a team because you're not as good as you used to be, like, you have already solidified and you have already made your impact on your fan base, whereas though you can always tap back into that. But LeBron James is not in that boat. And so whatever, no matter what Brendon Haywood says, LeBron James just don't. And he's playing right now. And there are signs right now that LeBron James don't have that respect of the fans like those guys who played the game like that. Like, he might, people might think he's better than Larry Bird. They might think he's better than Charles Barkley and Karl Malone and some of those guys, right? Which I don't, but still, he's not the kind of, he's too polarizing. So he can't really tap into the fan base like somebody like a Charles Barkley. He can't tap into his fan base like Larry Bird. You know what I mean? Like, the people of Boston And that organization, man, Larry Bird is just, I mean, he's an icon, you know, and so if Larry Bird was like more outgoing and more, you know, but he's more so private and recluse like Mike is, right? He's not like Magic, you know, he's not like Magic, so he's not gonna be out there as much. But if he wanted to, you know, Larry Bird could be somebody that, you know, like he can own Boston because of the way he played. He earned that. He just don't tap into that fan base like, you know, like some athletes do, because he's not out there. He's more private. But LeBron James, in my opinion, just, you know, he can't retire right now because he don't feel comfortable. He don't feel like he met some of those and it might be a subconscious thing, but he just don't feel like yeah, like he really like he's loved and accepted like somebody like a Kobe or a Bird. He's just not. And so yeah, you know, because he tried to manufacture some things that you have to really play and earn these things that he tried to manufacture. Some things you just can't manufacture. So I just wanted to add my input to what Brendon Haywood had to say about LeBron James's retirement. I don't think LeBron James really deep down feel like he's worthy of retirement, basically. So that's my take. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, man, I'm gonna leave y'all or check y'all out in the next video. Peace.